Hello and welcome to part 7. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Dunfermline, nil. Haha! So, yes, after that successful raid, I've raided the whole camp and got everything. Because there were some keys in them gentlemen's pockets. And they opened all the chests that was here and found some reasonable things, but obviously all the armour was on the dudes. But we managed to find some other bits and pieces. Like some reasonable things to sell as well. I got rid of everything that I didn't want. Uncumbered ourselves, because we don't want to be encumbered. We are now shaking like we've got armour on. Can't you hear that jingling?
All right, Pepik. Let's go and see Vostatek.
But at this moment, we're not particularly very strong, are we?
There now.
Okay, Pepik, let's get you back. Was hoping that you was going to be Muttley. But obviously, that's another lead that's dried up. We're back. You! I've got your horse.
I found Pepik. The bandits had him, just like you said.
You have no idea how glad I am to see you, lads. Thanks, Harold.
You're welcome. And my name's Henry.
Whatever. What did you do with those horse sons?
They're dead. Down to the last one.
Serves them right. You're one hell of a fighter. You're a real tough fella. I mean, you stink, and your shoulders are pointy. But a tough fella nonetheless.
Enough already.
All right, then. Will you ride with us? Or will we meet back at my place? We've got a lot to celebrate.
I'll ride with you. We wouldn't want you falling off that horse along the way.
Hooray. We haven't got to worry about losing a horse. At least we're getting a ride back. Uneventful, yes.
Henry, you found him.
Whoa.
I knew something had happened.
It's all right, Zlata.
Vitek, come here. Pa's home. Thank God you're all right. What happened?
Nothing much. Some wolves went after the carcass I had and chased me up a tree. Good thing Henry here showed up to save me.
Mother of God, that could have ended badly.
What is it, Ma? He's fine, just like I said he'd be.
Vitek, don't be rude.
He's right, though. I'm mostly fine.
Don't talk rot. What about your leg? Don't tell me a wolf bit you.
Nothing like that. I did that jumping down from the tree.
Are you sure there were even any wolves to begin with? You reek of booze. Again, he was drunk, wasn't he?
That's not how you should talk to your father, lad. Your father strikes me as an honest man, who cares about his loved ones, whether he drinks or not.
I'm not surprised. I reckon you're quite the drunkard yourself. Excuse me. I have some work to do.
Thanks for your kind words, Henry. Pay him no mind.
That's enough talk. Henry, we've got to reward you somehow. If you ever need a place to sleep, our door is always open.
That's right. And you deserve a big pile of groschen. You saved Pepik and even dealt with those poachers on top of it.
What poachers?
Oh, nothing, Zlata. Thanks, Henry. Here you are.
Happy to help.
Now, if you'll both excuse me, I've got to sleep it off.
Thank you, Henry. Truly. Stop by sometime.
Good day.
Greetings to you.
Last time we went in her house, she was going to call the guards, if you remember. Oh, let's have a wash. Get this blood off us. Now we ask him where to look for Mutt. That was 80 groschen for that. Oh, Muttley. Have you seen Muttley? No. So we've got a bed here now, have we? Aha. Okay, cool. Right. Have you seen Muttley?
I'm looking for my dog.
What's that got to do with me? Everyone's looking for something.
You're a huntsman, so I figured you'd have some idea if there's a stray dog roaming around here. It's possible he might have joined a pack of wolves.
Now that you mention that wolf pack, I've got it in for them, and I'm not the only one. They've been wreaking havoc around Simine, chasing after game. It's driving old Lord Simine mad. But you're telling me an ordinary mutt joined up with them?
I'll have to go and verify it. Thanks.
Folks say they're always prowling up in the woods and rocks above the pond in the evenings. If you want to find them, try looking around there before dusk.
Nice one. Okay, so we've got a new place for Muttley, and I had a chat with him about bandits up in the woods as well. That took ages of chat. So I skipped through that because it's just telling us where the bandits are, and that's the other B. So we've got something else to look for him to get rid of those bandits. To me, that's not important right now. But I think we need to, let's go over this way. See, this is where the forger dude is. But first off, I want to go back to Trotskovitz to get rid of all the things that we don't want. And to get to the tailor as well. He can fix up all the cloth armour and everything else that's cloth. See if we can make a little bit more money and get things repaired. Let's try and make us look a bit more presentable now, shall we? And we still a vagabond, even though we've got some reasonable armour on. Right, we're back. Trotskovitz. Now I've done it all. I done it all off screen again. You don't need to see me faffing about getting fixed and all the rest of it. But just to say, we are. Now I think we need to go back here first, because this is where the blacksmith is. And now we've got armour jingling about, as you can hear it. Let's clean ourselves up before we've been travelling. Walking everywhere. Radovan, the blacksmith.
God grant you.
Alright, Radders.
What would you like?
Well, first off, I want trade. I'm not getting you to repair it.
Show me your wares.
I'm going to want to repair it myself. Look at our kit now, look. Looking pretty good, aren't we? Armourer kit, blacksmith kit, and cobbler's kit. Cobbler's kit obviously fixes shoes. We've got 297 gold. Armourer's kit, they're 49 each. We're going to spend most of it, aren't we? But this is needed. 3 armourer's kits and probably a cobbler's kit. Do we need a blacksmith kit yet? Let's get a cobbler's kit because that fixes our shoes. Any shoeage.
Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Let's go and stand over here. Get things fixed. Where is it in? Other. Armourer's kit. I've got to remember what to do now. Aha, right. So we've got 3, so we've got up to 300 that we can fix. Let's get the main things fixed. Mail coif. The halberk, that's got 150, that took quite a lot. And the shield, look, that was all down to 21. Oh, we've gone overboard. We're going to need another one. Yeah. So that was more or less done, look. Just the helmet and the gauntlets. And our craftsmanship has gone up to 7. We want that higher.
What do you have for sale?
Right, I want one more armourer's kit. Let's get that. Only one. For now. Oh, I keep doing that. Gotta close the deal.
I hope you'll be satisfied,
Yeah.
my friend.
Well, I was satisfied so far. Right, let's just stand over here. We are looking good. So what we need to finish, the hat, get the helmet done, and the gauntlets. Confirm. So we've got 50 left in our armourer's kit. Everything at 100, because obviously we went back to the tailors and got all the cloth stuff fixed. We've got keys. There's the cobbler's kit for the shoes. Not the greatest shoes. Our encumbrance is nothing. We've got that brooch. Found a broochlet, silver brooch enamelled. So that makes us look nice. And there's that bandit map again. God knows. Be anywhere. Right, we're fixed up. Now, Radovan. What is he?
What do you want here, you scoundrel?
What?
Why'd you barge in here?
He was alright a minute ago when I was...
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Let's go.
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Fucking shavings.
Why did you just drop that on the floor? Excuse me.
Go over to
Prove
the
yourself
anvil.
to the
Let's
blacksmith.
get started.
Right, we've got the equipment. Alright, you. Start blacksmithing. Hunting sword.
Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up and get back in. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows.
Okay, now we're moving. Bellows. Let's get this hot.
Come on, Henry. Heat up the furnace. You can tell the temperature by the colour. But you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out.
Okay, got to do it when he says.
See? It's the colour of straw, which is what you want. And you heated the whole thing up. Nicely done. Now you can go straight to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it.
Has that moved enough?
Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more. but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side.
We've got to rotate the sword. Okay, right. This is good, isn't it?
Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway.
I'm guessing there's a beat to it. Trying to keep that beat going. I'm running out of stamina.
It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before.
Let's get this all heated up.
The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Hear that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. Sparks are flying nicely. That's the ring you want. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes, there you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
Okay, tempering. So we're heating it up again, are we? Temper the blade. Looks like a good sword to me. Hunting sword. 58 stab. Price of 43.5.
Right.
Not bad.
Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Whistling, strike, how would I... So, if you didn't know anything about it, there's all the...
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will have.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Brilliant. So we've got a bed.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
Got your own bed. The blacksmith's son. Prove yourself. So we've done another quest. Oh, we're streaming through them today. Wedding crashers. Get into the wedding party with the help of blacksmith Radovan. Okay. Tell me about this more interesting job.
It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semine that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Troskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Semine.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semine that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Troskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Semine.
That was a bit of deja vu.
Those two hands of yours, Venser and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long, but these days I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about everyone.
What was the cart carrying?
Bugger and bollocks. All sorts of stuff. I'd say Lord Semine wants to rearm his garrison with new equipment. There were some hunting swords, bastard swords, crossbow bolts. I also fixed the trigger on young Semine's crossbow. And some kitchen stuff. Sacks of charcoal, all sorts of things. There's a good month's work in that cartload.
All right. I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them.
The jaunt. Missing cart. Great.
I'll have a look at the wares.
So what's he got here? Look at the price of these swords. Because we do need a better sword. The military sword for 95 though. Bailiff's mace. 262. Do we go for another sword? No, we haven't. We've only got 66 left. So we're stuck with what we got. Broadsword. And the beast. In man and noun and manini.
What can you do?
The beast. Beastie. We got a bed, C-pan save. Beastie. Good album. We got that was another armourer's kit. And an overall. So we've got our overalls. What we got in here? Ooh. Ooh. Artemis crossbow. What is that? 1200. Huntsman's hood. Nimrod's coat. Master. Is this ours? It's not saying Rob. I didn't say Rob, did it? So we didn't pick up any more weapons. We just made another sword though, haven't we? 43. It's better than what we had. And it doesn't say homemade, but we are overburdened. So we've got more options for what we wear now, haven't we? Huntsman's hood. Let's have a look, shall we? Hat. Oh yeah. Headers. Leather apron. We don't want that, but that's what it looks like. That's what we'll put that on when we're smithying. New jacket. This is all reasonable stuff, I'm guessing. Gloves. Boots. And strides. Oh yes. So we're dressed up huntsman-y now. So that's we got 2 outfits. What's your weapon? Let's put this weapon on there for him. So that's our better one that we made, and we've got shields as well. What shields? Well, that's the dearest. It's not as good as the one we've got, or not the price anyway. Now these have shields, but see, we're still overburdened, aren't we? So we don't want those other shields on our back. Put these back, I think. That'd be a better idea. Get rid of these. Yeah, put those back in there. Let's put us back, because they obviously weigh quite a lot. That's shields. That's fair enough. And what else don't we need? Got that crossbow now though, haven't we? 1200 now. Do we sell it, or let's put that in there? We don't need the apron until we come back. We got old quilted hat. We got another pair of. We got a spare pair of trousers. Right, we're no longer encumbered. We got a brand new stuff on. So let's go to sleep in our brand new kit. Who cares? I don't want to sleep too long. I just want to see if it works. If if they just come in and say, "Get out," because we're fine. We're all right. Let's have 40 winks. Are we safe? Are we all right? Or are they going to come in and say, "Get out of here"? That's us. All clean and tidy. That's a good shield. They all seem to weigh the same, don't they? But some are pricey. I mean, that's double the price. Oh, what do we do? Okay, the next thing we need to do then... A. Head to Samin. There's the wedding, by help of the miller, that is. But we've asked the blacksmith, haven't we? I suppose we can get to talk to the miller as well. See what he's got to say.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Yeah. So is there anything we need here? I don't think there was. Is that people moaning? Okay, we're going to have to get going. Have to walk there. There's the shrine again. Let's get some running in. Look at that. Vitality gone up. Get some running. Vitality of 7. Get some running and jumping. Get running and jumping practicing. Do you see that over there, Brian? No, Perther? Who is it? I don't know who he is, but he's running down the road jumping. We're here. After an uneventful journey of me running around jumping. Now we can't do it when we get up to near the place, can we? This place looks nice, doesn't it? Samin. We don't want them seeing us running around jumping, do we? Not very cool. But look at this place. Good,
Good to see you.
really?
Yes, I can.
I'll say hello.
God be with you.
Good to see you. Probably sees how fit we are. Now,
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey! You alright there, laddie?
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as red as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
you what?
Me? No, I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Samin is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck what you pray. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yurko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that.
You sure about this? Look, we
Now you're gonna die!
just minding our own business. Minding my own
Fucking hell!
business.
Wanker!
And we come in with this cheese.
Stop beating him!
No. Yeah.
Come on, Oh, you wee bastard!
the devil's name is fucking going on here?
Nothing.
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Brian. And so
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
you got to put up with anything.
We'll be needing a dozen geese.
And I must tell Vashek to get 3 pigs ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yetchin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices. Oh, and wine, too. It's almost all gone, what we bought only last week.
Enter!
Sorry to intrude, sir. This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us! So Radovan sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Radovan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
Well, I couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no
so...
need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yurko is shit-faced, and your son
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir.
Hey? Now what we got ourselves into?
So, lad, you going with us? I hope you're happy about it.
Yeah, over the moon.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. By the way, the fellas at the gate say you came here on foot.
Yeah, I did.
Christ above! And how are you going to ride with us? On the back of my saddle? You're a bit big for that, ain't ya? And I'm a bit too old.
We haven't got a horse, have we? So
Actually, that's what I was expecting. How would I ride otherwise?
You wouldn't. You'd walk. Unless you can get yourself a horse.
Well, those don't come cheap.
True. But your luck's in, lad. Our groom brought in a grey nag not long ago. Tell him you've got to ride out with us, and he'll give it to you for a decent price.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that should be that. Unless you've got any more questions.
Actually, there is something I'd like to ask about. This Yurko and his mates, who are they?
They're Lord Samin's kin. They're fine as long as they don't get too much booze inside them.
Only they're from Moravia, so they're never far from the booze.
But what can I tell you, lad? Each to himself. Besides, they stick with the family when push comes to shove. And you can't say that about everyone.
And you, sir? What is it you do?
Well, son, I wonder if I haven't made a mistake about you. If you haven't figured me out by now, you can't be very bright.
No, I just meant, what exactly is it you do for Lord Semin? And your name isn't exactly very common.
I'm the captain here, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you what a captain does. As for my name, it's a nickname Lord Samin's grandpa gave me. May he rest in peace. When I joined his service as a young fella, I took my gnarly club with me. Wouldn't use anything else. I was used to it. And more than once helped me to, well, win an argument. I broke many a hard skull with it. And it's still in one piece. We've been together so long, we even share the same name.
You're lucky you didn't turn out to be Captain Knob.
Or Captain Headcracker. You're right.
We should probably get going.
That we should. But it's getting pretty late. We need daylight for a search like that. Come back in the morning and we'll set out. If you want, stay here. You'll get a bit of grub in the kitchen and you can sleep in the barn.
Okay, so we've got to find a horse, or we're walking. That's what he's saying.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's very polite all of a sudden, unless I say something to them, and then they go. "Ah." The hostilities.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Greetings, how are you? That's got to be their horses, isn't it? Because we're still looking for these two hands, aren't we? And where are we supposed to sleep? There is an upstairs. Aha. Easy lockpick. We've got no lockpicks. Sleep. No sleep and save though.
Praise God.
So those other hands, I can't see them anywhere. There's horses. That's got to be the noble's horse, that one. Horse trader. Aha. What do we have here? We have a white. Pebbles. Are you joking me? Pebs. Pebbles. Hey, hello, how are you? Mountain steel. Ooh, value of... So he's 100. We haven't got 100 groschen. Excuse me, sir. Wait. There's the groom.
What do you want, you yokel?
What?
Speak up or get lost.
Cheeky buggers, aren't they? Right, we've got cheap horse. Cheap.
Would you happen to have a cheap horse for sale?
Well, I sell quite a few horses here. But by the looks of you, you must be talking about that grey nag, eh? But all she's good for are sausages. That old bitch won't let anybody touch her. I was already suspicious when that traveller sold her to me. He said he found her running about near the Rock Tower Pond.
Grey, old, and someone found her by the Rock Tower Pond. That's where we were ambushed. That's my horse. That's Pebbles.
How dare they? Sausages? Don't listen, Pebs.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
Take a good look at me. Come on, we're at 7 now. Our speech, we're getting up to 7.
Look at me.
I am looking.
Take a good look.
I am.
And what you see?
A simpleton?
Oh, I failed again. Don't. Be reasonable.
Look. You know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond, right?
Well, he did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right, I'll give her to you. But you owe me one. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her.
Hooray! Hooray! Oh, that was easy.
Don't forget to get some proper tack as well.
Is it owe me one Kenobi?
What are you whistling for?
But I'm whistling for me horse. Pebs. Right, we're not stealing anymore. Hooray! Let's go to sleep. Let's get to sleep. There's nothing in any of these. Well, there is probably, but I haven't got lock picks or nothing. There's nothing else. Let's go to sleep. It's late. Sleep and save. Ooh. Alright, let's get up in the morning. We don't know what time they're getting up and we don't know what time they're leaving. So let's get up at 6:30, 7:30. The bed is only 40%. We're going to be hungry. But we're definitely not tired anymore. We're at full strength. And we're going to be hungry. And game saved. Right. No more walking anywhere. But we need saddle. We've got no saddle. Pebs. Yeah! Pebs. Hooray. Now have we got... Right, we've got horse now. We've got horse on the top there. Damaged leather bridle. Right, we have put them... We've sent them to the horse. Yeah! Hooray! Damaged. It doesn't say damaged. It doesn't... You know, it's got 100%. There's probably things that we can put on this horse now, isn't there? Which I've done. All the things we don't need immediately, I've put on the horse. So we've basically doubled our capacity. Good to see you, Pebs. How you been? Good, good, good. Now we're just waiting for them.
You shouldn't be out here alone like this. Awful things have been happening here.
You talking to me? I'm not alone. There's there's other people.
Hail to you. I'm looking for humans, and I heard they have a camp around these parts. Do you know where it might be?
I don't care about such nonsense, but try asking Lord Samin or Captain Nali. They might know something.
Thanks. I'll ask them.
You.
Good enough. And here they come. Captain Gnarly. And Lord Sabine. Samin. Gnarly. About the Cumans.
Captain, do you know about a Cuman camp somewhere in the area?
Well, I've seen some Cumans hanging around the Rock Tower Pond. I think they joined forces with that nomad vermin. Try asking Bojena, the herb woman. She might know something about them. Maybe try Nathan the shepherd down past the village. He knows every stump around here.
Let's get going then, I think.
Can I ask you something, Captain?
Sure. Ask away, son.
Perk point speech, good.
I'd like to go and see that wedding.
Wouldn't we all, lad? And what would you do there?
Well, I heard Lord von Berghoff will be at the wedding.
and I need to speak with him.
Son, I don't know if you're serious or yanking my pizzle. Anyways, you're Radovan's hand, ain't ya? He'll be coming to the wedding. He's making a wedding gift for the groom. Stick with him, and maybe he'll take you with him.
What about Lord Semine? What's he like?
What are you asking me, son? We don't know each other well enough for me to criticize my master.
Oh, I'm not asking you to criticize him.
And would you believe me if I told you he's kind and just? That he knows how to make some coin, but he ain't no miser. He knows how to give orders, but he'll listen to advice too.
Sounds almost too good to be true.
See? You wouldn't believe me.
How about von Burgov? What's he like?
Well, actually, I don't know that much about Sir Otto. He spends a lot of time in Prague and travelling all over the kingdom. He ain't in Trotsky that often. Once a year, before Christmas, he invites his yeomen there, including Lord Semine. That's decent.
That's all you know?
That's it.
Let's go.
I'll get going then.
Talk to the boss. Just let's go.
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Yeah, we've sorted everything out. It is time to get on. Let's go. Pebs.
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Tarkov and headed towards us, they had to pass through Troskowitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskowitz ain't far, but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Even though he's got more coin than me.
Such are the times, sir. But that Yurko, he's going too far.
You know how those Moravians are. It's in his blood.
Aye, I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started on young Henry, soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have to get up early to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
So he wants a fight. Okay. Now this is another lord, isn't it? No, we can't go around beating him up, can we? That just wouldn't be right. Known as a smart ass. So we'll see. Where? Are we going up to the castle? It's only a model. Shh, 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 shh. Haven't even been up to the castle. Well, we went up to the gate. That's as far as we got. You've got to let us in sometime, surely. I think...
So, we're
Oh.
here. Gnarly, tell the youngster here what's what.
So what are we doing? Why aren't they moving? Do I need to get closer? Ah, okay. Wasn't parked properly. Talk to Gnarly. Oh, Niles.
All right, son. You're going to fight Lord Sameen. It'll be an honorable fight, so you better act accordingly. Hold on a mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
What weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
Sword?
Don't get ahead of yourself, laddie. A sword belongs in noble hands. You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get your arse into the pen.
Well, he lent us his cudge. Okay, sir.
So, young'un, are you ready?
Hang on. Let me get my shield out and the cudgel.
All right, let's do it.
Ow! Oof!
That hit home.
It did. Well done, sir.
It's a wonder you're still standing. Oh, bleeding, are we? But Jesus, I'm hit.
Well, we got to give you a little bit back, sir. See? We're not completely rubbish. Am I bleeding? See, sir, your go. See?
What do you say, son?
Luck wasn't on my side.
Luck just wasn't on my side.
Luck's got nothing to do with it, son. The old man gave you a run for your money.
Oh, never mind old Gnarly, Henry. If luck's not on your side, all the talent in the world won't help you.
I reckon you and me got our own opinions, sir. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood, but he's saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
Look at the state of us. Oh, we're back up to... Ah, so we didn't lose any life. But we suffered damage on our equipment. Ah, look at all that. That's annoying. At least we can get the blood off us. But now we're damaged again. Right, come on now, sir. Value 120 now. Come on, Pebs. So we had to let him win, didn't we?
Ah, I needed that. It's good to stretch the limbs every now
See,
and
we're helping
again.
him out.
Don't worry about losing, lad. You've got some talent, I can tell. You should come to the courtyard and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come in. We've got a nice arena in Sameen. It ain't no abandoned pig pen.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein, it's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here. and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and the tavern in turn. There's no helping a dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing.
Horsemanship 8. And a perk point. Let's get rid of that club, put the sword back on. We're fine. That crossbow was a real find, wasn't it? Yeah, we are quite hungry as well, aren't we? Let's have a beer. We are pretty low on food. We got drink, we got a bit of beef. Not a lot. So we've come back to Trotskovy, Vits. Go over there, and then go over there. At least we can get fixed up again, can't we? I don't like this being all ragged. So we know we can get fixed again. We've probably got things to sell as well. I don't know. I think I got rid of everything, didn't I? We certainly need some sort of food. Right, they know automatically to go get something to eat. Or drink.
So, we're in Troskovitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
Yes.
As you wish, sir.
Okay. Wow, so we did quite a bit in that one. We've got Pebs back. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.